it's Saturday night. You know what that means. We are here for JWR eRacing Saturday Night Fever. Qualifying has concluded. We're just in a little 4 or 5 minute warm-up session. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN. Happy to be here with you once again. We see we got some people out there in the chat. Got a friend of mine here in the booth tonight. Rob Keller here with me. Rob, I think we met, what, about 26 years ago? Over 25 years ago on DTR back in, what, about 1999 or 2000?
That would be correct, and I appreciate you having me here along for the ride tonight, and hopefully I'm able to bring a little bit of insight into some of the things going on the track tonight.
Yeah, so what do we have here? 40 laps of action. You know, I should really read these things a little bit closer before we get started here. Now we're taking a look here at the flyer. We've got the Arca Menard cars here at Talladega tonight. 40 laps, 100% fuel, no faster pairs tonight. So one of the only money races where you don't see a faster pair, so a mistake early could take you out of this race in a hurry. We got about 15 drivers here tonight, it looks like. We're taking a look here at Michael Brown, Joe Hurd out here on the racetrack right now getting some practice in. We got about 2 minutes left to go in warm-ups. But really happy to be here with you. We try to get here every Saturday night whenever we can for the Super Speedway racing. But we also got some other races coming your way next week here on DRSN. Tuesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, we will be here for the Dirty Old Bastards Arca series. We got covered a lot of Arca races here lately. And then 11 o'clock also on Tuesday night will be the Western Racing League Truck Series. You know, I should just have notes on this because I have to keep remembering. And when you get old like we are, Rob, sometimes it fails you a little bit.
Oh, that was a little painful there on the front stretch.
Good thing that was in warm-ups right here. Easy to get the cars repaired. So the 78 parked across the side of the racetrack with carbon. Herder just drives right into him. You see the meatball flag right there. A minute and 20 left to go here in practice, or in the last warm-up session. See, we got some people up in the YouTube chat already. Appreciate you joining us here. We've got, what have we got? Devin. You know, Devin, I'm guessing you're having to work every Saturday. Is that why we don't see you out here on the racetrack here on Saturday nights? All right, so we got Michael Brown here in the 11, Harper right there behind him in the 15. Good looking paint scheme there for Harper. I think that's the first time I've seen that. We haven't seen Harper a lot of times here on these Saturday night shows. Is that a Bojangles? Or is that Bucky's? What is that on the hood there? Oh, you know what? We got this really cool camera. We can check this out.
That is a Bojangles.
It is a Bojangles car. All right, 30 seconds left to go. 40 laps of action coming your way here at Talladega here on DRSN. And we've got some openings coming up our way too. So if you've got a league or a special event, anything you need covered, reach out to us. You'll find us here on YouTube. You can also email us at drsnproductions@gmail.com. If you got something you're looking to get some coverage, we've got, and we've done just about everything from street stocks to mini stocks to endurance races to Indy 5. I mean, there's nothing we probably haven't covered in the last year, and I'm sure there's nothing we can't cover going forward. Looking forward to some big events coming up in July. We're going to cover the Dirty Old Bastards. They're going to run a full Kings Royal. We're going to have 4 nights of action coming up for that sprint car racing. And if you've missed any of the Dirty Old Bastards sprint car series that we've covered, make sure you check that out. That's going to be a fun one come up in July. All right, warm-ups about 2 seconds left to go, and we are going to get right to our starting grid. So getting cars on to pit lane. I guess we're lining up on the racetrack today. So we're lining up. We're going to get our starting grid going here. So on the pole tonight in the 002, it's going to be Richard Elliott. To his outside in the number 10, it's going to be Larkin Boyer. Back to row number 2 on the inside. Starting in third, watch the 33 of Jackson Byes. He is going to be quick all night long. Matt Lee in the 6th. To his outside. Back to row number 5, or excuse me, row number 3 in the 5th starting spot. The 8 of Chase Mastretta. And the big red sponsor, 000 of Michael Barksdale. Get back to row number 4. Number 11 in 7th. Inside of row number 4 is Michael Brown and Joshua McKinney to his outside. Back in row number 5, starting at 9th, it's going to be the 14 of Jude Rand and the 15 of Nathan Harper. Get back
Starting in the P11, it'll be Joe Huerta in the number 1 and Joshua McCullough in the number 5, starting 12. Justin Melicar has the Eternal 84 starting in P13. and outside row number 7, it's Evan Carlon in the 78. And our 15th starter, starting shotgun, it's William Scott Jr. in the 2.
15 car is going to take the green flag here tonight for 40 laps of action. We'll take one pace lap around and green flag will fly next time around. Let's get our timing and scoring here going for you. I tend to forget that sometimes, so let's get it up on the screen. All right, 40 laps of action on the high banks at Talladega tonight for the JWR eRacing Saturday Night Fever. Let's get some picks going up in the YouTube chat. Who do you think is going to win this one here tonight? We got some pretty heavy hitters here in this one. Let's see who can make their way to the front from the back. Is about normal. Only about half these cars even bothered going out and taking a qualifying lap. Probably, I think it was only about the top 8 or 9 that actually qualified. Everybody else just got handed whatever iRacing decided to give them. I'm not sure how's that work out, Rob. Do they do it by how you enter the lobbies on those things? Do you have any idea? I think probably most.
That's a good question. I've often wondered that, or if it kind of went by practice time. I know if it's a community race, you know, it goes by your iRating, but not sure here on the Hoster League races. But you spoke about no fast repairs with only 15 cars. Let's hope we don't have a big one early, because it could really diminish our car count.
All right, we're going to come green flag this time around. You see the iRacing pace car make that hard left turn down to pit road. Richard Elliott and Larkin Boyer going to bring us to the line to get this race underway. 40 laps, money on the line. Who's going to take it home tonight? Watch Elliott on the bottom of the racetrack. He is going to set the tone here. We make our way through the trial procession. It's such a long way down to the start-finish line. Green flag in the air. Richard Elliott. Jackson Byes is going to get up around Boyer. They're down on the bottom of the racetrack. Byes is going to give Elliott a shove down on the bottom. Boyer up on the outside. Doesn't have help. Matt Lee's kind of falling back at car lane, so see if he can get up there. Here comes Mistretta down on the bottom in the 8.
Inside line is definitely much better form than the outside.
You're normally going to see this outside line form. Barksdale takes a look to the outside. He wants to make it 3 wide. He's got no help out there. And around goes Elliott. Elliott gets a bad shove hard into that inside wall. Looks like he got a shove. It looks like from the 33 of Byes. And the 0-2 of Richard Elliott, our pole sitter, a meatball flag. He is going to be heading down pit road. He'll be out of this one early.
Caution, we do stay green, and look at that, we're already 3 wide coming around to finish lap number 1.
Matt Lee up on the outside, Lark and Boyer down on the bottom. They're going to cross the stripe. Lee will lead that time by. Barksdale right there behind the 6. The 1 of Herta also up there. Here comes no help on the bottom right now. The top pretty organized. Matt Lee snuck up to the top a little bit. I thought Barksdale was going to try to make it 3 wide to the middle. Top and bottom now 2 by 2, and normally you'd see a little side draft, but these guys got a lot of separation way up on the outside, way down on the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole lane, actually almost 2 car widths wide.
So we see now Boyer going to drop down to the bottom in front of McKinney. McKinney with a new paint job right there on the 5. 28 on your timing and scoring 5 on the race car. So the bottom now is getting more organized. They're going to pull away. Normally, you see that outside line with a little bit of advantage. Matt Lee trying to get some help back there. He's now up on the top of the racetrack. He's got the 1 of Herta behind him and Mistretta in the 8. Let's see if they can make up some ground. They're getting a good run here off of 2.
Did see, I lost the driver's name now, but Big Red, he actually did drop out of the top line. He went high and had no extra help, but he's to hold back to the end of that line now.
And Michael Barksdale in the 00 is one you're talking about. He tried that 3 wide earlier too, and he fell back. So Michael's not one afraid to try to sneak out a line, try to find something that nobody else is really there. But he's got, unfortunately, here at a track like Dega, you've got to have some help. Here comes Matt Lee. Matt Lee's got a lot of help. He's got Herta. He's got the 78 of Carbon right there, and Lee is going to go to the front. As they head across the line into turn number 1, Lee will lead this time by at lap number 3, 37 left to go. Take a look. In the middle is that's Byes in the 33. He's got Mistretta right there. He's going to have some help
guys are already pretty much going at it full strength. It's just when you think one line will get going and they'll get sorted out, and you'll have a couple guys jump lanes right away and change things up.
Yeah, one thing about these guys race together every single night, 2 or 3 times a night, and they're used to what they know each other what they're going to do. And look at Lee. Lee takes a look to the middle. He has got to run. Can he take it by himself? I don't think he's going to be able to make that pass without some help. Bias is going to come back on the outside with Herta Mastretta down on the bottom with Boyer. Lee's going to find a whole sneak up in front of Carbon. That third car now on the outside line is Matt Lee in the Winn-Dixie number 6. Jackson Bias trying to get organized up on the top. He's got Herta right there, but they're falling back a little bit. That bottom line is the place to be right now. As you see Mastretta now out in front. He has got Boyer, McKinney, and Brown right there with him on the bottom of the racetrack. That bottom looks to be working a little bit better right now.
Try to definitely showing your way and kind of being the Pied Piper right now, and pretty much everybody trying to find a way to get down to the bottom lane.
Which is usually pretty, we usually see the top lane is the dominant, so I'm really surprised the way this bottom is working here tonight. I know James here at JW Paint, she usually puts together a little special cut. It's, even though it's a fixed setup, it's a custom fixed setup they put together for most of these races. And you know, normally they're going to be on the top, but it looks like right now the bottom is the place to be. Bai is on the top right there, but he's about 4 cars back. So down the bottom we got Mastretta, Boyer, McKinney. They're in the 5. Jackson Bai's in the 33.
Kind of looks like the top could be the place, as we do have a run coming up high, and Mastretta moves up to try and block it, and can't get the block done.
Nice move from Jackson Bies. Mastretta went up to block. Bies down to the bottom of the racetrack, then sneaks right back up in front of Mastretta. We got Barksdale up on the top of the racetrack. Lee's going to go up there with him. We have basically 4 wide across the line right here, 4 different lines anyway. As Bies now is going to lead across the stripe. Mastretta right there with him. Mastretta's going to go to the bottom, going to leave Bies by himself. Herta goes to the bottom. Here comes Matt Lee now in the 6. We're 3 wide off of turn number 2 here on lap number 6.
I can say is it definitely looks like the top may be a little bit quicker, but it seems like they have trouble staying organized in the middle and top group, where the guys that are running the bottom have been pretty much just staying in line, and when the upper lines, start battling back and forth, it lets the bottom get back into it.
100%. You can see it happening right here. The bottom getting organized again. Bies in the middle with no help. Herta's going to jump up there to give him a little bit of hand, but Mastretta and Lee down on the bottom. Here comes Bies back in the middle. And it looks like Herta's been everybody's favorite pusher here tonight. And Carbon as well in the 78. Barksdale, the 4th car in line. Watch Michael Barksdale. He wants to find a way up to the front of this thing. But right now it's Jackson Bies in the 33. Herta's going to go to the inside by himself. He drops all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack in front of Mastretta to get that inside line going. There's 3 cars left on the top. Jackson, Carbon, and Barksdale.
Kind of funny, like I said, whoever's in that middle groove or upper groove, they'll push a guy out front, and then as soon as they get a chance, they drop down to the inside.
Just kind of just leaving your partner hanging up there. He helps you get to the front, and you drop down. I've seen that happen way too many times in this, but right now that middle to the outside here is looking pretty well. And there goes Carbon. Carbon helps Bies get to the front, and then just going to take that bottom line, leave Bies up there. Carbon now to the lead here for the first time in this race. He has got Herta right there behind him. That leaves Bies kind of falling back with Barksdale on the outside. We are lined up on the bottom. We started with 15 cars. We're down to 14 now. Richard Elliott, the only retiree of this race. And all 14 cars left in this race are right now in this lead draft.
Did a very nice job of working his way up through the traffic on the high side, and again he was able to pull down in front. He's leading Huerta, but now is that McKinnon, or I'm sorry, Mastretta, trying to get the middle lane going again.
Yeah, Mastretta's going to go up there with Herta. Lee right there. Carbon losing a little bit of pace down on the bottom. He's got the 5 of McKinney kind of dancing around there on the racetrack. You know, the one guy I'm really surprised we haven't seen up here yet is the other 5 of McCullough. Where is he here on the racetrack? You can see him in the black car right there. He is now trying to make his way to the front. Buys way down to the bottom. What a move from Jackson Buys to come down and block off that inside lane. You know, if I tried to do that, I'd turn around the whole damn field. I'm not even sure how some of these guys even make the moves they're making out there in this thing, Rob.
That's what I was going to say. Like, some of these moves, boy, they really got to trust each other, because changing lanes with not a whole lot of room in front.
We are 3 wide all the way throughout the field. Mistretta out there by himself. Here comes Herta on the top. Matt Lee right there with him. Mistretta doing a good job. He's pulling along Jackson Buys. Watch Buys. I think Mistretta anticipated Buys dropping down to the bottom and leaving him hanging. He goes down to block off that line. Then he switches back up top. Not enough room right there. Just barely squeezes in front of the one of Herta. But here comes the bottom one more time. Jackson Buys getting a little push there from Bartow. They get loose down on the bottom of the racetrack. Lose a little bit of momentum, so it's still Mistretta and Herta Lee on the top right now. That's your 1, 2, 3.
I think Herta cut him a break there, letting him in. It didn't look like there was enough room for him to come up, but he let him in.
You know, I learned this about a week or so ago. You can actually go into your I&I settings here on iRacing and change the spotter distance down to a few inches. And I think a lot of these guys do this that run these super speedways all the time. So the spotter's telling you you're clear. You know, when you're just barely clear, when normally you got to have like a foot clear on them.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think that's what you're seeing out there. That's what you're seeing out there. I mean, there's, in a normal setting, the spotter would not have been telling Chase Mistretta he was clear right there. But he is out in front of this thing right now. Started in 5th. Our biggest mover of the race is the one of Herta. Started back in 11th. He's up 9 spots. Now up to 2nd. Jackson Buys to his inside.
You're on there by Carbon.
That Carbon has been up. He's been everybody's favorite pusher. He did get up and lead a couple laps early on here, but he's now falling back. He's back here in 5th right now, trying to help Buys get back to the front. They really need Barksdale to sneak up on the back of that 78, get that inside line formed up a little bit better. You can see some separation here. Mistretta is able to drop back down to the bottom in front of Buys. Let's see if he moves back up in front of Herta as they head their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3, and he does just that.
Mistretta's been channeling his inner Brad Keselowski, changing lanes.
Let's jump on the roll bar cam here in the car here with Herta. You can see right behind the Jack Shack number 8 of Mistretta, heading through 3 and 4. They're going to come off of turn number 4. A little bit of separation. They're not quite as close as he was the last time around. Lee's going to take a look to the outside. He sees Buys coming. Cuts off that run from Jackson Buys. Mistretta and Herta both jump up there as well. That leaves the 11 of Michael Brown in the middle of the racetrack. He's got a pretty good run here, but he doesn't have quite a bit of help as the 14 of Rand is back a couple car lanes.
Give these guys credit. You can see the talent that they have, because I can tell you, in a general community race, we will probably already had 6 cautions.
We have been caution-free, 13 laps into this, 27 left to go. Joshua McCullough down on the bottom, trying to make his way to the front. No doubt, Rob, we'd have been piled up a half a dozen times already if we'd have been in any other race besides this one. But Mistretta going to lead this time around one more time. McCullough way down on the bottom of the racetrack with the 8 of Mistretta's got the help of Herta one more time. He is going to come across the line with the lead. Let's take a quick look at our lap leaders so far. 5 different leaders. Mistretta, Buys, Lee, Boyer, and Carbon have all led at least 1 lap in this race. Little off push from Herta. He gets into Mistretta.
Look out! Hold on to it.
It looks like he saved it right there. Let's see if we can go back and take a quick look at that here. You can see Herta gets a little bit of a, you see Mistretta already falling back there, so we're going to go ahead and jump back to live time. But a little bit of an off-center push there on Herta, shoved him up into Mistretta. Nice job of saving it right there, but Mistretta's going to fall all the way back to 11th, and our leader right now, coming across the line here to complete lap number 15, is going to be Matt Lee in the 6th.
They did a great job of giving him the opportunity to gather that back up. I do see we have 2 guys who have lost the lead pack.
Nathan Harper and William Scott back here in the 2, falling off, and I think that was part of that incident right there. They may have had to check up when they saw cars getting squirrely, and they've now fallen back about 3 seconds off the pace. So we look up here to the front, back up front now. It's the 6 of Lee. He has got the 5 of Joshua McCullough down there on the bottom. Herta on the outside. Mistretta now trying to make his way back up to the front. He's now back up to 8.
Contact there entering turn 3.
Across the travel, through the travel here one more time to come across the line to complete lap number 16. It is still Herta. Buys now right there behind him. Carbon must go 3 wide. He goes to the outside. Mistretta goes with him. Herta saw that coming, went up and blocked the line. Carbon gets into the outside wall just a little bit of contact. That leaves Jackson Buys all by himself in the middle, and he right in what we call the sucker hole. And backwards goes Jackson Buys. He's all the way to the back of this lead pack now. But up front, it is now Herta. On the outside of the racetrack, down on the bottom is Lee. But Herta's got getting a better push up there from Carbon. Mistretta sees the opportunity. He goes down, picks up that bottom line of Lee. Going to roll off at turn number 4 right here, side by side. One more time for Lee. We're 2 by 2. As my friends used to like to say, it's 2 by 2 Noah's Ark style. Herta, Carbon, McKinney, and Mistretta, your top 4. Oh, little contact right there.
Good save by Carbon.
Somehow Carbon saved that. He just about got right rear hooked right there, but somehow hangs on to it. We've had a couple of cautions already here tonight, Rob, that I think they just kind of forgot to fly.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I think we tried to wreck and nobody told them to finish it or something. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I gotta come up with the right saying for that. Neither one of those really worked very well. McKinney now to the front in the 5. The Terry Labonte, Kellogg's throwback number 5 with the CarQuest on the side. Did the Kellogg's car have CarQuest? I don't even remember. And I was a Labonte fan back in the day.
I was going to say, I think, actually that's kind of a mix. I think that was like a Kyle Busch, Terry Labonte thing.
Oh, pit stop's going to happen. Everybody diving down pit road. Let's take
the inside, man. We got half the field.
You see Carbon, Mistretta, Mellicar, Herta, Buys, and Matt Lee all diving down pit road. That is going to leave Barksdale. That was quite the. Let's go back and see that. That was quite the collection of cars. You know, I can't believe they all got down there without somebody getting taken out. That's going to leave.
Yes, absolutely. At Talladega, normally somebody doesn't hit the brakes as much as somebody else. Yeah, it gets ugly.
So we got 8 cars.
We still have 6 cars left.
Got 6 cars left in the lead pack. We got Harper and Scott still on the racetrack, not yet to pit, but they did lose the lead draft here. So Barksdale finds his way to the front. Let's see if they dive down pit road. You can see that's McCullough. He's going to come down, but nobody goes with him. Now it looks like Brown's going to go with him, so Brown's going to come down pit road. Did Brown get wood up in time? I'm looking over at my timing and scoring. I thought he came in pretty hot, but no black flag. So McCullough
had him locked up.
Yeah, McCullough, I thought he was going to come down pit road by himself and not have a drafting partner. But Brown went down with him right at the last second. That leaves Barksdale and Rand out here pulling away. Boyer, that's really shaking things up right there on that late pit stop. So we're going to stay green flag here. We're about halfway through. We're on lap 19 of 40. And our leader is Michael Barksdale. Jude Rand right there. So we're going to keep an eye on the drivers that have pitted. McCullough. Let's see. Here comes McCullough coming out on the racetrack. Here comes those first 5 cars that pitted.
Okay, yep.
He is going to get left in the dust right there. So pitting here with a lap.
5 of the 8 of that first group.
Yeah, pitting a lap early is really going to hurt. Look like he's going to hurt McCullough. He needs a caution. 20 down, 20 to go. It's Michael Barksdale still on the racetrack here. He's got Jude Rand right behind him. Let's take a look here at our. Let's see here. I have, if I can find it on my button bar. I guess I left it off here. So I was going to look at compared lap times. We can see compared to the leaders here.
Okay. Well, you can only imagine 2 guys are not going to be being able to run the same speed as a group of 5.
Yeah, I'm looking at this group of Herta right now. Last time by, this pack right here ran a 49.5, while our 2 leaders, Barksdale and Rand, are 52 seconds. So 3-second difference right now. And Barksdale's going to come down pit road by himself. Rand's going to stay out on the racetrack. So Barksdale is going to have to pit without a drafting partner. It looks like Mellicar. Is that Scott behind him there? So William Scott's going to come down pit road. So Scott and Barksdale with a little separation. So Rand on the racetrack by himself. right now, 21 laps down. He's going to have to pit here sometime soon. But he is all by himself. That, I'd say it.
Kill him without a caution.
Yeah, I would say without a caution flag, our winner's going to come out of these 5 cars right here. This is Herta, Carbon, Mistretta, Lee, and Mellicart. I think anybody else at this point is out of the race for the win unless we have a late race caution.
So Chris, you know the teams a whole lot better than I do. How much of this lead pack here is in one team, or do we have a couple teams?
Herta, Carbon, and Mistretta, all part of Jack Jack Racing, Mellicar as well. So we got 4 out of these 5 cars right here. Matt Lee, part of Nightmare Esports, according to my graphics here. But these guys change teams around like some people change their shorts. So it's I know my graphic says one thing, but it may not be correct. But it looks like to me 4 out of these 5 cars right here in this lead pack are all part of Jack Jack, which does not surprise me at this point.
I was going to say, not surprising that they stayed organized and came together, and it wouldn't surprise me if they pretty much stay in line until it gets down to a lap or 2 to make sure that it's going to come down to just them.
So let's keep an eye on the 15 and the 5. They're teamed up here, Harper and McCullough, 2 experienced super speedway guys. They're going to stay nose to tail to try to make some ground up, but I'm looking at my timing and scoring, and they are about 9 seconds back from our lead pack at this point. So unless there's a caution, and Drew Grant's still out on the racetrack. So the 14 is just staying out here right now. He has not pitted yet. I think he's either hoping for a caution at this point, because if he does pit, I mean, that 5-car pack's only 24 seconds behind him right now, and pit stop cycle has been at least 34 to 35 seconds. So if he pits right now, he's going to be way off the pace.
His only hope at this point is to have a caution come out.
So it looks like, according to Cookie Man in the YouTube chat, Matt Lee is also running with Jack Shack. So all 5 of these cars in this pack, all Jack Shack Racing. So Jack Shack teamed up here well together. Who is that right behind him? That's the 10 of Boyer. Boyer is a lap down right there, so he would be the lucky dog if we were to get a caution flag here late in this race. But we got 23 down, 17 to go. And you know what? I've covered quite a few of these races over the last few months, Rob, and I don't want to jinx it. You know what? I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to jinx it. We're going to just see how it plays out. I'm just going to stop. That's it's like if you're a baseball announcer, talking about the perfect game and all. I'm just going to.
For sure.
I'm going to wait to get to the end.
Yep. Don't jinx it.
All right, so we're down to 6 cars in this draft right here. Jude Rand still out here by himself. That lead is now down to 20 seconds. It was at 29 or 25 not too long ago. So that pack really, last time by, that 5-car pack was 4.5 seconds faster than Rand out here by himself. And looks like I thought he was going to dive down pit road. Still going to stay on the racetrack.
Well, and the thing is, even if he could make it on fuel, if he doesn't have to stop, he's not going to be able to hold him off.
Oh, he just disappeared off my screen there. He's blinking now, so he's blinking on and off the screen. So this is basically the race for the lead right here. 15 laps left to go. If we stay green flag, it's going to come from this pack of 5 cars. I don't see Harper, and actually it looks like Harper and Buys got together here as well. McCullough was with this group. I'm not sure what happened to Josh. Looks like Josh might have blown it up. You see a lot of smoke coming out of the 5-car on pit road. I think he might have blown it up trying to push Nathan Harper to the front.
Okay.
I don't see any incident where he may have crashed somewhere. Let's see if we take a quick look at this here. We got a little time here to check it out, see what happened here to McCullough. He's in the middle of this pack, and of course, yeah, he blew it up.
Yeah.
Just did not get the car cooled back down. Either didn't pay attention or just got her too hot, thought she was going to make it, but looked like trying to catch the lead pack. The 5 of McCullough is going to fall out of this race. So that second group now, we're going to keep an eye on that. Now Harper, Buys, McKinney, and Brown. So they got 4 cars in this group, 5 cars in what is going to be our lead group here once Jude Rand pits.
How far behind are they?
They are currently 14 seconds behind our leader right now, and then Let me see if I can see back. It looks like Harper's about 9 seconds back of Mistretta in that group right there. So we'll keep an eye on that gap, see if they're making up any ground. It's about 8.6 between Mistretta and Harper for 6th and 7th right now.
With only 12 laps to go, that's still a tall order.
Yeah, they're going to have a caution flag, but these small groups like this, we may get through this race. And I stopped myself again, so we're just going to have to...
Yeah.
We're just going to...
Don't say it out loud.
We got 13 laps left to go here at Talladega. My name's Chris Murphy here with Rob Keller joining me in the booth tonight. My old buddy from Pennsylvania. We're bringing you JWR eRacing. What's up?
I appreciate you having me along for the ride tonight. And like you said, with these guys pretty much all being teammates here in this first group, like I say, I really can't see them getting crazy, doing anything stupid till the last lap.
I think they've got it worked out right there. If we could jump into their team chat, that's probably exactly what you'd hear. And actually, I'm looking at the time in scoring. Nathan Harper and that group have gained about 0.4 of a second on the last lap, but that is just not going to cut it with only 12 laps left to go with an 8-second gap back there. And I'm really shocked that Rand hasn't had to pit here yet. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. He is now only 8 seconds out in front. You can see Rand right here heading down into turn number 3, and there's that 5-car pack, 6-car pack now with the lap car of the 10-car Boyer in there as well.
He's actually going to be lucky. They're going to catch him so fast. He's going to be lucky to be able to catch onto their draft, because they might just go by him so quickly.
It would be a pretty tall order, but he's going to have to pit anyway. I mean, everybody else came down to have to take some fuel. I would expect Rand, and there goes, no, I thought he was pitting, but he's just blinking on and off my screen again. All right, he's about getting ready to get ran down anyway. It really doesn't matter at this point. There's only, what is the distance? 5.5 seconds. They're going to catch him. At the last time by, they were, let's see here, lap time. Well, let me see. Rand's time was all screwed up because he blinked out. It said he ran 1 minute and 46 seconds, but I don't think was right.
Oh.
So, all right, but you can see here comes this group, and you can, if we jump here on the nose cam of Herta leading this group, you can see Rand way up there, up the racetrack, and they are coming in a hurry. So this is our battle for the lead right here with Herta, Carbon, Matt Lee, Mellicar, and Mistretta. And there goes Rand. Rand going to pull down pit road, get out of the way now. That is going to hand Herta the lead here. All right, so let's see if they got 11 laps left to go. They're going to come across the stripe, 10 to go. So are they just going to stay in single file here and then just fight it out for the last lap or two? We'll see what they do.
That would kind of be my thinking, what they're looking at. The lap car kind of getting a little antsy there at the back, but I don't think there's a whole lot he can do. Carbon giving Horta a push there up front.
All right, so looking at the pace right here, it's still 9 seconds back from Mistretta to Harper.
I mean, right now, this is what they want to do to take the money home. This is team racing.
Top 5 cars all right here together. Herta, Carbon, Lee, Mellicar, and Mistretta. We got a couple cars drop out of this race. Actually, 2 cars drop out of the race. Joshua McCullough and Richard Elliott. So we started at 15. We're down to 13. Boyer is the only car on the racetrack a lap down. Carbon's going to give Herta a good boot in the backside right there off of turn number 2. And here comes Lee, Mellicar, and Mistretta right there with him. Take a look back here.
If you go back to your lap leader thing, I think every single one of them that's in the lead group has led at least a lap tonight also.
There's our lap leaders. We've had, I got to count manually, 9 different leaders out of the 15 cars that started. So Rand led the most at 9. Mistretta, Herta, Lee, all these guys have led at least 1 lap. But I think you're exactly right there. It's if we were points racing, you know, it could change it up. 8 laps left to go across the line, 32 down. This is your battle for the lead. Just kind of, we had some pretty exciting racing early on, 2 wide, 3 wide, but we're down to 5 cars with a chance to win up front right now with a lap car of Boyer involved in this as well. What kind of wrinkle could he throw into this fight? I'm not sure if Boyer is associated with Jack Shack at all. I don't believe he is.
Well, maybe he's auditioning.
All right, here's this 4-car draft back there with Silsey, Harper, Bies, McKinney, and Michael Brown. They are trying to reel in the leaders, but they're still about over 9 seconds back. They've gained a couple of tenths of a second, but not able to gain any more. All right.
Yeah, like you said, they're just going to be out of time. There's no way they can make up that much, you know, especially if this lead group, like we said, waits until the last lap to decide it between themselves.
And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. We got 7 down to go. They're just staying in single file. Boyer, the lap car, is really the only one kind of throwing a wrench into their plan here, as he's jumped outside here a couple of times, which maybe is slowing him down a little bit. Maybe Boyer's got some buddies in that 4-car pack back there, and he's trying to help him out. But it's not enough help if he is right now.
Sure.
So let's see. I think at this point, I'm sure these guys are all talking right now. They've got a plan here. Maybe they've already split the money across the 5 of them. They're just going to say, hey, let's just stay like this and we'll just split it. I'm not quite sure how that would work out.
Well, yeah, I was thinking that, because even if you get racy on the last lap, you bring out the caution before the checker, you bring everybody right back into it for a green-white checkered finish. I would assume that they have one of those set up for this.
We do have 3 green-white checkered attempts at this. If they need it, I believe it's 3. Normally it is. But we have been caution-free for 34 laps, 6 laps left to go. Joe Herta out in front of this one. Carbon right there behind him. Matt Lee, Mellicar, and Mastretta. That's your top 5. The other car there on the outside is the 10 of Boyer, a lap down. And we got this 4-car pack back here of Harper, Bies, McKinney, and Brown. They are doing everything they can. They've stayed organized. They haven't been out racing at all. They did have the 5 of McCullough helping them out until he blew up and had to park it. They've been trying everything they can to reel in the top 5, but they're just not making up any ground.
Yeah, I can see that. Hey, Boyer, get in front of that group and slow them down.
He's going to find a hole right there
in
in front of the
they're coming up on another.
It looks like it's, who is that they're coming? I think it might have been, it's got to be Rand. It is going to be Jude Rand, our leader here. Is about ready to go a lap down. He moves up out of the way, lets the leaders go by. So Rand was the last car to pit. He got quite a few laps left. He led 9 laps of this thing before the pit stop. Mastretta is going to go up and try to pick up a little draft from Rand to see if he can get in front of the 10. Didn't look like it worked out for him. He's going to be stuck on the outside. So let's see if they goof around here a little too much and maybe lose this draft of the top 4. That they've lost a little bit. They're still close enough. I think they're going to pull back up there, especially with 2 of them teamed up. All right, 4 to go. 3.5 laps left to go as we head down the back straightaway right now. It's Joe Herta, Evan Carbon, Matt Lee, Justin Melcar. I didn't even get to play any commercials tonight, Rob.
Oh my, commercial free here on DRSN.
Commercial free, caution free at this point. And it looks like Rand able to hang on to the back of the draft. So we've got our top 5 and the 2 lap cars involved in this. So we're now up to a 7-car pack. I look back to Harper and them have now lost a second. They'd closed in about 9, right at 9 seconds. That's now over 10. So they started getting a little racy back here, it looked like. And they've lost about a second.
Yep, just adding Rand to it, adding 1 more car to the lead pack. Although it looks like they might be getting a little disorganized there, as Mastretta kind of losing the lead pack.
Yeah, they're going to reel. Looks like they're going to reel back. Yeah, it looks like they're going to catch back up here. It looks like you're right. They did. They did lose a little bit, but they sucked right back up in a hurry. So Mastretta looked to be one of the dominant cars early. He finds himself back here in 5th right now. And Boyer just doesn't want to stay in line. He keeps going to the outside of this group. And now he's got the other lap car of Rand right there with him as well. So let's see if they can kind of disrupt these top 5 cars here as we get about 2 laps left to go as they come across the line.
I mean, the one thing Rand's got going is his tires are probably, 10, 12 laps fresher than everybody else. I mean, usually not a big thing at Talladega, but it can make a little bit of a difference. Lee now drops back.
Yeah, Lee falls out of the
looks like they took the gloves off, and everybody for themselves now.
It looks like your Mellicar up on the outside, Boyer there in the middle. a lap down. Herta now down to the bottom. He has got Carbon with him. Mastretta's going to drop down to the bottom. We're going to come across off of turn number 4. This time by will be the white flag. White flag will be waving as we come across through the trial section. It's Joe Herta, Evan Carbon, Chase Mastretta, your top 3. Mellicar and Matt Lee trying to use the lap car of Boyer. Get themselves up to the front here. Can they push the 10? The 10 right there with him. At this point, he doesn't have any chance to get his lap back as we take the white flag, 1 to go this time around. Herta and Carbon starting to get a little separation from Mastretta and Mellicar off of turn number 2.
Those places you would think, you know, Boyer would just kind of bow out, but he's staying right there with the pack. Yeah, Herta up top. Now we'll see what Carbon is able to do here as they go up top. They're letting the bottom open on the final lap coming out of the last turn.
It's now down to these 3 cars as Boyer upsetted the run of Mellicar. So it's going to come down to Herta, Carbon, and Mastretta. They're nose to tail coming through the trial section. Mastretta takes a big dive to the bottom of the racetrack. He's underneath Carbon, but it looks like it's going to be Joe Herta, Carbon to the outside, Mastretta to the bottom. Across the line, it is going to be Joe Herta with the win. Mastretta comes home in second in a close finish between him and Carbon. It looked like 1/100th of a second between second and third. So Joe Herta is coming home with the win. Caution-free event for 40 laps. That may have been my first caution-free super speedway race here on any money racing event tonight, Rob. I think you might have been the good luck charm.
I was going to say, you just have to invite me out more often. No, that was a really good race. The guys did a really good job. You can see the talent in the field. Like I said several times, guys getting a little bit out of shape, but able to save them. And as you said, we stayed caution-free. And Mastretta doing a little bit of landscaping here after the checkered flag. And that was actually a really good show and a fun race to watch and to help commentate.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here with us. We're going to see if anybody jumps into the waiting room. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And we got 5 cars all on the front straightaway. Let's see if we can find a good angle of that. 5 cars all doing donuts on the front sheet, celebrating. Herta, Mastretta, Carbon, Lee, Mellicar. They pitted at the right time. That pit strategy really paid off for them. They were able to get separation on the rest of the group.
So part of my other part-time jobs is I'm a flagger at Summit Point, and we do a lot of drift events. And this kind of reminds me of a drift event going on. Team Donuts here, and look, they're all lining up at the start-finish line.
Let's see if we can get ourselves a photo opportunity here. All right, still nobody in the waiting room, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the full results here. So Joe Herta coming home with the win. Mastretta in second. Evan Carbon third. Matt Lee fourth. Justin Mellicar going to round out our top 5. And then it's Jackson Buys, Joshua McKinney, Michael Brown, Nathan Harper, William Scott going to round out our top 10. Michael Barchdale, who had a good run early, falls all the way back to 11th. Late Larkin Boyer started outside the front row, comes home in 12th. Jude Rand also got to lead a few laps in 13th. McCullough blew it up trying to help Harper and get back to the front, trying to help himself as well. But he comes home in 14th, and Richard Elliott was our first retiree. As an old friend of mine always said, Richard Elliott won the race to the hot dog stand.
Yeah, there you go. Jude Rand, he might be looking for a new crew chief because that pit strategy just didn't work out for him at all.
The hard charge of the race was Carbon, up 11 spots. Started back in 14th, comes home in 3rd. Most laps led of the race was Herta. Fastest lap was William Scott with a 48.964. And Elliott sat on the pole, but it didn't really help much as he was the first car out of this thing. So we've still got everybody sitting up here on. I'm trying to find a good camera there. We got a little bit of a shot there. Carbon's going to come in and kind of throw a right rear quarter at him. All right. So we've got Chase up in the waiting room. We'll see if we can get him up here and get a word as we're waiting to see if Joe makes his way in as well. So let's bring Chase up here. Chase, you got Chris and Rob in the booth. Are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right. So 5 Jack Shack cars all out in front of this thing. Who made the call to pit?
I think it was Justin that said we should pit early. Technically, I'll give Jackson his props. The Jack Shack got 1 through 6 tonight. Jackson was just not in Discord with us, and he fucked up his pit stop, so that's on him.
Well, really great run there tonight. The pit strategy definitely paid off. I said it a little bit ago. I don't think of all these super speedway races I've covered with you guys and other people and other groups. That's the first caution free one I think I've seen.
Yeah, they're few and far and in between. We rarely get them nowadays. It sucks. But you see what happens when we do get a pit stop.
Well, great run there tonight, man. Joe comes home with a win. Did you guys have a plan there at the end, or was it just? Did you take that white flag and say, "Okay, all for one"? All it's every man for himself.
We were racing there at the end. Well, we were racing. We weren't going to kill each other though.
Well, good job there tonight, brother. And but we're gonna go ahead and get you out of here. But before we do, anybody you want to give a thanks to?
Shout out to the Shack. The Shack is always rocking. Shout out to y'all for doing the broadcast. Now we can go back and watch it. It's probably gonna be a little bit boring since it was just us in line the whole race. Shout out James for putting this on. Yeah, about it.
All right, brother. Well, have yourself a good rest of the weekend, and we'll see you again next time.
Yes, sir.
All right, that was Chase Mastretta coming home in second. Doesn't look like we're going to get Joe or anybody else up here in the waiting room, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. So what do you think, Rob? Your first time with our Saturday Night Fever money racing. Give us some of your thoughts there on that one.
Oh, it was a really good race. Chase might be more interested in the first half of the race. It was definitely interesting before the pit stops started. That whole cycle changed everything up. But hey, hats off to that Jack Shack team. They worked their strategy to perfection, and they're taking home all the cash tonight.
It looks like Joe might have joined us here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab him and bring him up here. Hey, Joe, you got Chris and Rob in the booth. Are you there?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, fantastic job there, man. I'm Chase. I don't. Chase wasn't going to give you credit for calling the pit stop for the group, but I think it was probably your call.
I had some say in it. I really think it stemmed from Justin. He said about 3 laps before we really pit, and we kind of talked over it. We didn't hear it, and I was like, "Wait, that's actually a really good idea." So I called it out again, and Justin said his idea, taking lefts and filling up before.
Well, fantastic.
Especially since we got to the bottom lane and all in the line, like, yeah, it's now or never.
I was going to ask, how hard did you have to work to get everybody to the bottom line to do it?
Luckily it just kind of fell in our lap. I think it was me and Evan had to push a little bit to try and get clear of everybody, but the second we got everybody down, you're like, okay, this is the lap we need to go, because we're gonna get side drafted and put way too far back where I wouldn't have made any position.
Well, good job. I think this is this is probably the second or third race we covered. You picked up the win here tonight. I think you just need to make sure you jump onto the race that the DRSN's covering, brother.
Oh yeah, you guys are my 4-leaf clover. I should have back here.
Well, you guys put on a heck of a show early on. There's some great racing before that pit stop, and you guys just planned it out to perfection. Got into the pits, short pitted everybody, and just drove away right there, man. But say, good job there. I know you got some other stuff going on this week, and so good luck with that. But before we get you out of here, anybody else you want to give a thanks to?
Obviously the Jack Shack. We all this is the first time in a while that we've all worked pretty well together. Usually we never cut each other some slack, but not tonight. We knew the goal, and we executed to perfection. But I want to thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast, and James Waring for always throwing up these races for us. Always a good time with y'all.
Well, good job, brother, and we'll see you again next time.
I got you, man. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Good job, Joe.
All right, and it looks like Evan also joined in. Evan, you got Chris and Rob in the booth. Are you there?
Hello, sir.
Well, I know third isn't what you wanted, but good run there tonight for the group. Kind of tell us how things played out from your point of view.
It was just all teamwork oriented. We came in there. We wanted to dominate. We wanted to have a little bit of fun tonight. Nothing else to do on a Saturday night. Watching Game 7 of the NBA playoffs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't got much else to say because it was just perfect execution by the whole entire Jack Shack. Shack is rocking tonight. We got John Deere, Huerta, and Victory Lane. You got Chase in second, reluctantly, and got me in third because I should have had second. But yeah, other than that, it was a fun little race. I love these cars to death, but yeah, it was a hot one out there too.
Yeah, it looked like I mean, you early on just looked like a lot of fun. You guys going back and forth. You stayed up towards the front for most of that section, and then you guys, I think, were fortunate to kind of get all in line right there before that pit stop call. But you guys did execute it perfectly there. Anything you could have done there at the end to have a shot at Joe. You guys kind of a little separated there once the lap cars kind of got involved in there towards the last couple laps.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. It was gonna go out of plan. I was thinking about making a move on Joe and maybe going for a win, but at the same time, it's like I didn't want to jeopardize anybody because one wrong move could cost a whole part of the team a fortune. So I didn't really. I was fucking. Excuse my language. I was freaking walking on eggshells most of the part, and then you had the lap cars just try to get involved for whatever reason. They were fighting for the lucky dog. I get it, but it's over. It's like you don't need to be fighting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they kind of stalled our momentum, stalled our runs. I almost got turned by one. So, but other than that, yeah, it was just nothing more I could do. It was 5 of us. It's hard to generate runs in a 5-car pack, but yeah, fun little race. Had fun.
Well, congratulations on a good run. Go ahead, Rob.
Evan, it looked like the first half before the pit stops that you were really concentrating on pushing your teammates to the front. You were doing pretty well at that.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't concentrating on that part. They just kept leaving me out. I guess they forgot that I have a different car now, but it all worked out. We all had 1 through 5, so they kind of made up for it.
Well,
good job.
Yeah, good job tonight, man. Go celebrate with some Barks root beer, and
hell yeah, baby.
All right, brother. We're gonna see you again next time. Anybody else you want to give a thanks to before you get out of here?
Thanks to Jack Shack, Joe, Justin, Matt, Chase, Trev, our war room guy was in there. You got Alex Hill, who's a supporter of ours, and go Knicks in the finals. Yeah, that's all I gotta really say.
All right, brother. Well, congratulations. We'll see you again next time.
Thank you.
All right. That is going to round it out here for us here on DRSN. Rob, once again, thanks for joining us up in the booth. Had a lot of fun. Hope you had a good time as well.
Oh, I did, and looking forward to being able to do it again sometime soon.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us on the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, I probably should have said it when there was more people there, but if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. We're getting the channel growing up. Really appreciate you being here. Don't forget, we are going to be back on Tuesday night with the Dirty Old Bastards ARCA series at 9 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Eastern. Also Tuesday night, Western Racing League. Then Wednesday night next week, my buddy Sager Basker is going to be covering the American Appalachian ARCA series on Wednesday. And then we come back on, that's it. That's it for the week next week. We have Friday night off. So we got 2 nights of racing next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Don't miss the doubleheader on Tuesday. That's always going to be a fun show. So thanks again for being here. Really appreciate you spending your Saturday night with us. I know there's a lot of things you could have been doing, but from all of us here at DRSN, thanks for choosing to spend your evening with us. I'm Chris Murphy here with Rob Keller saying keep it smooth, keep it smart, and if you can't do that, at least keep it entertaining for the folks at home. We're going to see you next time. Good night.